if everything is dopamine, nothing's dopamine. If everything is great content, nothing is great content. It almost feels like AI. I'm harking back to creativity. I'm working it out in real time, and again, the smarter of the two help me land the plane. But it just feels like the algorithm flattens the creativity, so to speak. I don't know a better way to say it. I'm making this up as I'm talking right now. And the keynote speaker, the art is, oh, okay, you'll do a pre-event call. Everybody does a pre-event call. Oh, I'll do interaction on stage. Yeah, but like you just said, that particular unique aspect of are you the right vehicle for the message? And then what kind of vehicle are you and how does it get delivered? I guess there's the content, but also how it gets delivered. And I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right on. I mean, ultimately, the flattening is an inherent feature of AI, right? If you have the whole point of it is predictive words, and so it is only predicting things based on what it has seen in the past, and so therefore it might be interesting combinations because it's drawing on a wider base than most humans have access to, but nonetheless, it is a thing that has happened in the past because they are drawing from their set and they say, oh, what is the next most likely thing? So I actually wrote an article with a colleague of mine named Tomas Primorac-Chamuzik, I guess a year or two ago in the Harvard Business
Say that 10
Review.
times fast.
Yes. Well, he's Argentine actually.
Tomas, of course.
Yes, Tomas, and like many great Argentinians, he has this ethnic mélange. So we get the Chamorro Primorac.
Yeah, but I will tell you, and this is generalizing, and we don't love to do it, but having lived in Latin America for over 25 years, here's a classic example. Argentines are, and I want you to finish the Tomas article that you wrote with him, very creative. And a lot of it has to do in developing countries where that's the richest resource they have.
100%. Yeah. There's a colleague named Navi Raju who wrote a great book called Jugaad Innovation, which is kind of about this. Jugaad is a term in India, and it's basically like a kind of jerry-rigged. So it's sort of this book, Jugaad Innovation, is about the things you make up when you kind of don't have any alternatives and you just piece it together, which I think is interesting and certainly something that business can learn from.
All right. So back to the article.
So back to Tomas. Yeah. So we wrote a piece together for Harvard Business Review talking about this, where essentially it was a piece about like advice about how to maintain your own relevance, your personal relevance in an AI world. And one of the pieces of advice that we shared was essentially be unpredictable, because AI is nothing if not a prediction engine. And so if we, we can't do it wantonly or stupidly, but essentially if we're going to provide something different or be something different, it's about, okay, well, you know what? Show me something that hasn't happened before. Give me something the algorithm wouldn't give me.
But even in that, you have to be thoughtful, like you said, not wantonly. You have to be creative and think about it, and it has to be consistent and coherent with who you are, but at the same time, unpredictable.
Exactly.
And that requires some gray matter, and
100%.
Yeah, really, really cool.